may have just seen me make this list of books that I want to read in my lifetime. I've noticed the crucial player into creating like a nice reading routine.
Just think about it right now. Everything's okay. No matter where you find yourself, no matter what kind of stuff is going on in your life, underneath it all, everything's actually all right. You're okay. You have more power than you might be giving yourself credit for. If you have something that's going on in your life right now that's challenging, painful, it's just a reminder to take a little bit better care of yourself. Because you're worth it. You can have this feeling anytime you choose.
Hi everyone, my name is Leonie and welcome to another reading vlog. It is the beginning of October and my goal for this week is to just have a really cozy, autumnal, slightly spooky week. I'm currently wearing this new skirt that I got. I'm so happy with this. This is like my new favorite skirt. I got it from a vintage store and it is satin and knee length and I'm in love with it. I kind of feel like a witch when I wear it. I have some horror books on my TBR right now. I have created a new evening reading routine that I really want to share. Let me tell you what I'm reading right now. A Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia. This is a Gothic horror novel that takes place in 50s Mexico. I have to admit, like the first half of this book, I was really struggling. I just wasn't really into it and also I wasn't scared. But I feel like now that I'm getting in the second part of the book, it's kind of picking up finally. So I'm really hoping I'm gonna end up enjoying it more. And then after that, my plan is to read Wilder Girls by Rory Powers. This is also a horror YA. It's more gory. It's about these girls on this remote island that have all these mutations that cause weird things to happen to their bodies. And then also you just saw me read Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. I'm kind of trying to get myself to read a little bit of this every morning. So far that has only happened twice, but things can get better. Marcus Aurelius was an emperor in the Roman Empire and he was a Stoic and he wrote down kind of like a diary. He just wrote down all the things that he learned, all the life lessons that he learned from other people in his life, from his own life experiences, and that has become this book, Meditations. So I'm reading a bunch of books. Just really read a book, you know, just sit down, have a good cup of tea, light a candle, and just read a book. That's what I want to do. Very long intro. I really hope you're gonna enjoy this reading vlog. Let's begin today. Okay, so we're having a bit of a situation with this skirt. Kind of think that the previous owner smoked because it kind of smells like smoke. So I think I need to kind of wash this, but it's satin, so that's difficult. And I read on the internet on multiple sources that if you want to remove odor from satin without like ruining it by rigorously washing it, you have to like soak it in cold water and vinegar. So that's what I'm gonna try. Hopefully I don't ruin this new lovely skirt. But yeah, I'm gonna try to do that now. I just hung the skirt out to dry in the air, but it's starting to rain, so I quickly gotta get it. It's definitely not dry yet. I don't know where I should let it hang. I feel like it's even more smelly than before. I don't get it. I don't get it. just finished editing my Fairy Loot unboxing video. Whew, spent the entire evening on that. It's just been 9 o'clock in the evening, so that means I'm now going to start my evening routine. And through this evening routine, I've been able to like read way more and like relax more, so I thought I would share it with you. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is do some yoga, because I've been trying to do yoga with Adrian every day, but I just can't keep up with it. I never stick with it. So I tried implementing it in my morning routine, but I quickly realized that in the morning I'm too tired to do yoga, so now I'm trying to implement it into my evening routine. Let's get some yoga done. This book's really getting weirder and weirder. Okay, so this book's definitely starting to pick up a bit, so I'm excited to talk about this later. Yeah, let's talk about what I did here. I've noticed the crucial player into creating like a nice reading routine. Here's the thing, okay? There's just something about being alone at night in a room that doesn't really make me feel like sitting in silence and reading. And I know a lot of people read with music, but I also can't read with music because that's too distracting. So I recently discovered the beautiful, wonderful world of ASMR ambiance. I currently have this autumn Halloween town ASMR ambiance going on, but there are tons of these like 2-hour, 5-hour, 8-hour videos on YouTube with just background ambiance. And it's perfect because it's not distracting, but it does break the silence, and it's like a really great mood setter. It's just made me capable of just having a quiet reading time, like on the couch with a nice cup of tea. And then I also love burning a scented candle because having a nice smell in the room really relaxes me. So I've been having a great time. So if you have trouble finding time to read in quiet, I highly recommend using these ASMR ambiances. They're honestly a game changer. Like, it's 11 o'clock, which means that I like to go to bed around midnight. So I'm just gonna read a little bit more Mexican Gothic, maybe watch some YouTube on the couch here, and then I'm gonna go to sleep. Forgot to film an update. I'm sorry, I just had a pretty busy day. And ow! Oh! That was a cramp. I am going to play Among Us with some friends. Tomorrow we can talk about books. Oh, I just want to show you. This morning I went out and finally bought a pair of, I don't know what these are called in English, indoor shoes. I don't know what they're called, but I didn't have them, so I bought these fluffy black ones. Very happy with them. That was unrelated, but tomorrow we'll talk about books. I'm very happy with this outfit. This outfit really makes me ready to like be a governess at a Victorian mansion or something, but to avoid looking too stuffy, I'm gonna do kind of like a fun autumnal makeup look with it. So today is actually gonna be a pretty chill day. I don't have a lot to do, so I thought in the morning I can do some more reading and just have a really chill time. This is such a pretty eyeshadow. Yeah, I think I might be able to finish Mexican Gothic today. I only have 50 pages left. It's only a 300-page book and I feel like around page 200 it really started getting interesting. I will admit that the book is still not scary, but maybe I expected a little too much of that because of course it's more like a Gothic horror novel. I don't know. I'm not very familiar with horror. Oh god. I'm also not very good at makeup, sorry. I'm glad you can't see this up close. Also, I'm gonna try to maybe finish the graphic novel Monstrous. This is part 2 that I, ooh, whoa, very orange. Jesus. But I got this 2 years ago for my birthday and I still haven't finished it. For some reason I keep reading a little bit and then never finishing it. So I should just sit down and finish it because it's a graphic novel and you can finish that really quickly. So maybe that's what I'm gonna do this morning after I save this eye look. Jesus. Oh my god. Wow. It's been a long time since I've worn like a full eyeshadow look like this. I know some people do this every day. Honestly, respect to that. If I had to go out today, I probably wouldn't dare to wear this much makeup, but I think it's really cool. Let me know, do you guys like wear a lot of makeup every day or not? Good morning, it is Friday morning, so let me tell you about the books that I finished yesterday because I finished both Monstrous and Mexican Gothic. Let's first talk about Monstrous. It's one of those series where I'm like, I understand why this is so critically acclaimed. I understand that this has won awards. It has such beautiful art inside, but I just can't really get into it. And I don't know if that's because graphic novels are maybe not really my thing, because this is the only graphic novel I've ever read. I got this 2 years ago and it took me 2 years of sporadically reading a few chapters to get through it. I think says enough. But if this interests you, I'm not telling you do not read it, because I do think a lot of people will love it. It just wasn't really my thing. But the big thing, of course, is that I finished Mexican Gothic. Ooh, ooh, what an ending. This book is so odd because it started out like kind of here. I was kind of like, this is hanging at 2 stars, and then it just like slowly got better, and it ended at like a full 4 stars, 4.5 stars. Like, really enjoyed it at the end. It just worked its way up. What do I do with this? I think my final conclusion about this book is that I would love to see this be a movie. A lot of the scary things come from visual things, so things are being described, and I always feel like that would be extra scary if it was a movie. Because to me, the reason certain horror movies are scary is because creepy things happen and they just happen in front of your eyes, whereas if you're reading, you have control over how you visualize it and you can just stop and like not read, whereas a movie just goes. So I feel like this would be perfect, just beautiful as a movie because it is so visual. I thought I read somewhere that it is going to be a movie. Oh right, Hulu is going to turn Mexican Gothic into a TV show or a series. Now the thing of course is that often when we hear that a book is going to be a series or a movie, like 9 out of 10 times nothing happens to it. So I'm a little skeptical. I'm now gonna go to the dentist. And I thought while I'm on the train I can finally start reading Wilder Girls, you know, just hopping from one horror book into another horror book. And people have super mixed opinions on this book. Some people absolutely adore it and it's like one of their new favorites, whereas other people really hated it. So I'm excited to see where I fall. Read that while I go to the dentist. Let's hope I don't have any cavities. Hello, update. I have no cavities. Yay! And I also have an update on the skirt that I showed you at the beginning of the video. Remember that skirt that was kind of stinky? I soaked it with vinegar twice and I washed it twice and it was still stinky. So then I hung it out in the air for an entire day and it did lose most of its smell, but it still didn't smell nice enough for me to comfortably wear it. So now I am at my parents' house. By the way, that's because my parents' house is very close to the dentist, so that's why I'm staying here for a night. That's like the advantage of living in the Netherlands, that every different city is so close by that you can just very easily hop cities. And now I'm washing the skirt for a third time. Let's hope this goes well. Hello, you may have just seen me make this list of books that I want to read in my lifetime. I'm gonna show you which books are on there. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about it. Once in a while I get struck by the existential dreadful realization that there are only so many books that I can read in my lifetime. Every year I read about 40 books, but I'm sure that every year I come across at least 100 books that sound really interesting to me that I would like to read. So naturally I can't read all of the books that sound interesting to me. That's why every month I have to choose which books I want to buy, which books I want to read that month, and usually my attention is caught by the books that have hype around them, the books that people are talking about, the new releases. But there are actually also quite a lot of backlist book, older releases, even classics that I do really want to read, but that I kind of forget about because my attention is grabbed by all the shiny new releases. These are the books of which I say,
I'll read them someday.
Before you know it, you're 80 years old and then you die. Or you're 30 years old and then you have a 9-to-5 job and a family and you don't have time to read anymore. You know that like a large part of my audience is 30 years old, so I know I'm exaggerating, okay? But still. So I thought I would just make a list of books that I really know I want to have read in my lifetime, or at least the next 5 years, which hopefully will not be my lifetime. So that's the point of this list, and actually I encourage everyone to make a list like that because it's nice that I just have an overview of all those books that you kind of really want to read but you don't prioritize because you're distracted by shiny new things. I could probably make like a full 15-minute video talking about all these books, but I thought, you know, I could also just show you the list and then you can see for yourself. I got inspiration from those 100 books you should read before you die list, and on every list was To Kill a Mockingbird, so I thought, you know, I think I should probably put that on the list. I still want to read something from Edgar Allan Poe. Howl's Moving Castle is one of those books that I know I will love, that I should just read it because I love Ghibli movies. A few philosophy books that I really want to have read once in my life. Then The Lord of the Rings and The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, because as a person who is a fan of fantasy and science fiction, I feel like I should just try out these classics of the genre. And then just some more classics. 100 Years of Solitude, the last one, is on there because I really want to get into magical realism. I just wanted to share that. Let me know if you have a list like that as well, and if not, I think it would be fun to make one. Also, an update on the skirt I'm finally wearing again, and now I can finally feel cozy and autumnal. Hello. Good evening. I just had the idea that I want to go for a walk. So in order to stay kind of in the theme of autumn cozy times, I thought, why don't I go for a walk when the sun is setting so I can have a little moment and watch the sunset. I'm gonna go for a walk and take you guys with me and hopefully show you guys the sunset. And of course it just started raining. Hi. Okay, I think there's no one around. Anyway, the past day, this morning and yesterday, I've been watching that new Netflix show Emily in Paris, and I got completely obsessed like every other person. At first I thought it was cringy, but it just got better, and now I'm like, oh, I want to go to Paris. I feel like walking during twilight in autumn somehow captures the romanticism of that show, so that's what I'm trying to emulate right here. I'm definitely not going to be able to see a sunset because it's just raining, so that means it's just cloudy, but I actually really like the vibe like this. I never go, and normally if you go on a walk, if it rains, it's seen as a bad thing, but I love the vibe of just like the lanterns. It's so cute. Right, boys, we're back. If we're gonna go for the Paris field, like, we might as well just go all the way. Oh no, how do I open this? I have absolutely no knowledge of wine, but it smells nice. Oh, it's so sweet, I like it. I got myself a dessert that I still had left. I have my glass of wine. I think this is just gonna be the perfect cozy autumnal night with a little bit of a French luxury feeling.
Yes.
Hi, I was editing this vlog and I realized that I completely forgot to film an outro, so let me just quickly give you the last update. I did start reading Wilder Girls. I only got about 100 pages in, maybe. And I was pleasantly surprised with how action-packed it was. I did not expect that. It's like a full-on action-packed survival story. But I just didn't continue reading because I wasn't really in the mood for something so bleak. Because I picked up Get a Life, Chloe Brown. This is a romance book that has been super hyped on booktube. And let me tell you, this book, pure serotonin. I am loving this. I'm having a good time. I honestly just don't want it to be over. And I can't wait to rave about this book once I finish it in like maybe a next vlog or my October reading wrap up. It's not spooky, it's not autumnal, but it is just so comfortable, like a comfy, nice read. So that's the update on what I'm reading. I really hope you enjoyed this reading vlog, and I will see you soon in another video.